Hi Flosstube, I'm back! My name is Christina, I live here in Sweden, and welcome to my channel Journals and Stitches. This is Flosstube number 12, and we've had a good month. So if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please do all the Flosstube and YouTube-y things, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do like to engage in comments, so please feel free to leave anything you like down below. Right, so let's get into it. Stats. So, I've had one new start. I have had one finish. Can you guess what it is? Oh, I have worked on 8 projects throughout the month of November so far. And I have done 6,847 stitches that I have been able to count. As you will be seeing, there are some projects where counting isn't, it's not possible unless I actually manually go in and count every single stitch or leg. And I'm not going to do that for some of these projects, so no. So let's get into it. So the start is a secret project for Miss Dobby in Germany, which I met at the latest Essex Needles retreat. She is lovely, lovely. She has wonderful projects to show. So if you don't watch her or haven't heard of her, go and check her out. She is, let's see if I remember right. I'll have her linked down below, but she is unapologetically Dobby, at least on Instagram, and I think it's the same on YouTube. She is called Covered in Floss, and on Instagram she is unapologetically Dobby. She's a lovely, lovely lady. Go check her out, like I said. And this project is for her, so I won't be showing it here on my channel. I will insert a photo when it's finally finished and gifted, and she has confirmed she has received it. So more on that at a later date. So let's move on to the finish. And if you have been here before, you will know what it is. Can you guess from that? So this gorgeous project in all its glory. So if I do this, maybe this will be my so hopefully YouTube will pick that up, and that can be my photo for this Flosstube. So this gorgeous, gorgeous pattern is called After the Rain. It is from Ekaterina Borejka. It is done on 28 count even weave, hand dyed by myself. It is stitched as called for. There are half stitches in 1 and 2 strands. All the crosses are in 2 strands. The back stitch is done a bit with 1 and 2 strands. Yeah, this was fun to stitch. I loved every stitch of this project, and adding the back stitch, it really made this pop and made it shine, and I love it. For now though, it'll go right there on my pile of shame until I get a frame for it. I'm thinking blue, like a dark blue. What do we think? Would that work? Or gold? Could gold work? Or combo, gold and blue. I've seen some creams like that out there. Right, let me pause and get my tea going and stir it up. One sec. So this is in a wonderful Mio Mi Mio mug that my husband got me. I love this quote. In Swedish it says, all makt åt Tengil, vår befriare. If you have read the book or if you've seen the movie, you'll know who Tengil is. And, well, liberator could be, well, that depends on how you define the word. So, we've done our stats, start, finish, whips. So let's do the big one first. This is a SAL between myself and Nessa. And she is cross stitch with Nessa, I think, on Flosstube. She'll be, of course, linked below. But this is a SAL between her and myself. I saw this, I had this as a kit, and she showed it as a whip in her very first whip parade, and it looked so good how she had started it, and I'm like, I have that too. I had to start it because of her, and now it's a SAL, so she and I are stitching on this together, and she has done the whole top row. I think maybe only 10, possibly 20 blocks, so I'm starting to feel a bit behind, so I have to work on it. But so this is done on 11 count. It is from Mona Lisa. It is a stamped kit. Oof. I love this. Every time I look at it, it just, oh, I love this. It looks so good. The needle minder is from Love Puppet. She was vending at Essex Needles Retreat. So, yeah, I had to get a needle minder, as you do. And the finished image, not that it'll turn out that way, is this. I have done a lot of this tree up here and down this way. So yeah. But it looks good the way it is turning out, and that is good enough. I'll take it. It's fun to stitch. The colors are amazing. I love working with this thread now, especially now that I know how to work it, so it's not difficult. So yeah. I have no idea how many stitches I've done on that, hence why I can't count it into my total, which is also why it sounds like I haven't stitched as much compared to last month where I had over 8,000 stitches, but I was able to count everything. So yeah. You get the point. Picture, point, whatever. Anyway, so next project. These are not in any particular order, by the way. So next project I'll show you, which is on my notes here, is Diner Dreams. It'll look like this eventually when I don't have to do 50 Shades of Brown. And a whole butt ton of black. It is charted by Contemporary Cross. The artist is Stefan Koidel. It's done on 25 count, white even weave. It is now done 2/110. And I have done 1,032 stitches. I forgot to take a before photo, so I'll skip that. It'll be in my journal for next month to do that. So next month, I'll do better. But what does it look like, you wonder? Well, not that you would be able to tell what it is. But, so I can actually take this. Oh, I'll do that later. So this is where I have been working. I have been pulling this roof over this way and filling in the colors as I go. So I've done quite a bit this way. Next time I'll do this very dark brown, more of it here. Because this and black are like every other stitch, as you can see, is very checkerboardy. And this whole area here is that. So, but that is for another time when I feel up to doing a lot of brown. I love my sister. I love my sister. I love my sister. I promise I do. And this is a project for her, by the way. I love my sister. I love my sister. But it'll be really cool once it's done. And if I save a lot of the black at the bottom for the end, it'll be very block stitchy. So that'll be nice. Okay. Next is Gone to Pieces, which is currently being stitched in this fabulous Karen Waterlace called Tequila Sunrise. It is this amazing bright hot pink that goes to an orange and into a sort of yellow at the bottom. Dream to stitch with. If you have not stitched with Karen Waterlace or silk at all, get yourself some and try it out. It's amazing, but expensive. So this is from Long Dog Samplers, by the way, and this is what it'll look like once finished. It is done on 18 count something. I don't know what it is. It was found at a charity shop. Meh. We'll leave it at that. And I did 506 stitches on this. And I think I worked on filling in this like tower here. So all of this, kind of half of the block is pretty much filled in now. So there's a little bit there, but otherwise half of it's filled in, which is nice. And this needle minder is from Cross Stitch Bunny, by the way. Also a vendor at a Six Needles Retreat, but this I got last year. Guess what I like to read? Currently, I'm reading Bread Knives and Brigands, which is the latest book released by, what's his name? Something Baldry. He reads it. In the audiobook, he reads it himself. Oh, that series is amazing. Read book 2 before you read book 1, and then you read book 1, and then you do book 3. Love the series. Can't recommend it more. Legends and Lattes by Thomas Baldry, maybe? Something like that. It's amazing book series. FYI. But we're not here to talk about books. Are we? Well, not much anyway. So, next piece. Didn't work. Well, I worked on it more than I thought I did, to be honest. But I would have liked to have worked on it more. Poor Mikey, he's woefully underappreciated. So I worked on, so the next project I'm going to show you is TMNT Mikey, which that's what I call him. I got him as a set with all 4 of the brothers. It's from Dots and Spots Shop, and this is what I'm doing now. It is done on a 28 count white even weave 1/1 full cross, which is why it takes longer and it's annoying. I did try converting it to 10. It didn't look great, so it is what it is. I'll do it as I started it. And I did 1,017 stitches on this project. It lives, of course, in a TMNT bag, which I made. Here you can see where I used to have the picture because it got stuck to the vinyl. There are parked threads. I won't apologize for that. That's how I stitch. So this is where I'm at, but I filled in his shoulder, a bit of his plaster on here. So that's all filled in and moving over. Yeah. Also a needle minder from Cross Stitch Bunny, which I got at the last Essex Needles retreat. It says, in a world full of princesses, be a witch, which hashtag yes you should. There we go. So, next one. This is the pattern I am using for my Formula 1 game. And, okay, so, first off, this is what it'll look like when finished. I am getting there. I'm almost at 30% now. So what pattern is this, you wonder? Well, this is Wolf with Glasses from Soul Galleria, done on a 28 count opalescent even weave from Tom and Lily Creations in the colorway Sue, I think, or something like that. I have done 1,128 stitches, and while I'm talking to you and showing you what I've done so far, I will talk about how my Formula 1 stitches have gone so far. So this month we had quite a few races. I was a little behind. I am now, well, not caught up, but kind of. So we had the Brazil Sprint, and that gave me 262 stitches. I have done those. And then we had the Brazil Grand Prix. These are supposedly, and I do use that word, supposedly, the best drivers in the world. And what do both Ferrari drivers do in the Grand Prix? They crash. Both of them. I can't even. That race cost me 1,186 stitches because, first of all, Hamilton can't get his can't get his sorry ass all the way through to the 3rd heat because he doesn't have pace. But Leclerc can. He got his all the way through all 3. And then they crashed. So it was a DNF. They didn't even get final places. Well, they do. It's all the way at the bottom. But it's like, they couldn't even finish the freaking race. Oh, I was so mad. I could barely watch the freaking race to the end. Oh my And then we had Las Vegas this last weekend. That cost $400. That gave me 494 stitches, which is great. Cool. Again, Hamilton couldn't get his sorry ass out of even the first qualifying heat. Are you for real? I know it was wet, but damn. Leclerc got all the way through all 3 heats. Okay? He finished 4th. And Hamilton, this so-called amazing driver, 7 times world champion, couldn't get his ass better than 8th. And he only got that placement because both of the McLaren drivers were disqualified. Okay. Leclerc moved up only 1 place because of that. Okay. Okay. I swear, next year, I can't with Ferrari. I mean, come on. At some point, it can't all be just the driver. It can't all be just the freaking car. Somebody needs to be fired or something over there because it's just, I don't. Anyway, we have a Qatar Sprint and Grand Prix this weekend. It'll be the next to last race. Then this will be worked on until the next season starts. But it's looking good now. Starting to work down here. Almost halfway. I think here is halfway. So once I've filled in quite a good bit, I'll have to keep working on the 939, which is this color that goes in between like, different sections. So yeah, this is also a test stitch, by the way. But it looks good, yeah? This, I don't know what is with this fabric, but it's not a very enjoyable stitch because of the fabric and the combination with DMC. I don't like it, but the pattern itself, really enjoyable to stitch. So easy, and when I need some block stitch, this is great for that. And filling in the dark color in between, so satisfying. Not gonna lie. I have one other from her called Lion with Glasses, which I will do on a 14 count opalescent fabric from Chromatic Alchemy, which is sadly not dying anymore. But yeah, so I hope that'll be a bit of a nicer stitch. Because DMC and, I don't know, the 2/1 tint on that fabric in particular is not great. Anyway, last whip. This kind of proves, yes, I do love my sister. Again, this is a project for her. She did pay for the special floss and beads, however. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Japanese Garden from Shaolin Designs. And this is what it'll look like. Very bad picture, sorry, but the only one I could find. So that's what it'll look like when finished-ish, if you could see much. I'm doing this on a 28 count sage green even weave, and the stitches I was able to count was 598 stitches. And I am extremely proud to say I have kind of a finish. but also I don't. So I have finished the middle, including all the beading minus one. Okay, yes, I know I missed one single bead. One. I know where it is, and as soon as I do like the garden on top of it, I'll show you where. I'll do that bead at that point. Okay? So, check it out. Look. Look at it. It is beaded. It is backstitched. All the specialty stitches. All done. And here is where I am missing a single stitch, a single bead. It's supposed to be like this. And up here is like a garden of some sort, or a rock garden or something. And when I do this and get this finished, and when I do the beading on this one, I'll do the bead here as well. And then this will be 100% and not 99.99999%, which it is now. There are waves here. Maybe I'll get them to sparkle. Oh. But yeah. And the clouds are done in like a really dark blue-green color, Gloriana Silk. So maybe my crazy color choice for the sky isn't so crazy. But yeah, so happy. See, I do love my sister. I am doing a chatelaine for her. She bought, like I said, she got the kit from European Cross Stitch. She purchased that, and I'm doing all the stitching for her. So when this gets worked on, it'll be put on a huge 17 by 17 inch nerd hoop, or not nerd hoop, Q-snap to be worked on. I figured out how I can do that easily. That works for me, so I can do that. I do have some beads I need to bring up and put in this bag. But it'll go away for now because December is coming. So what will I do for December? You may wonder. Well, I won't be doing Christmas stitching because I don't have Christmas patterns. I could technically do a whole butt ton of Mill Hill kits. I do have quite a few, but I won't, because I have decided to do so-called stamped December. So I'm going to pause you while I grab the projects I will be doing in December and show them to you, and then journaling and when I do my next Flosstube. So I'll be right back. Okay, so stamped December. So what projects will I be doing in that month? Well, all my stamped kits that I have started, and then one. More on that in a second. So first I have a stamp kit that is a custom from, well, it started as a coloring page in an app. I liked the image and thought it would be good as a cross stitch, so I got it made up. And I call it my turtle seashell. Maybe if I do without plastic. So this is what it'll look like when finished. It's kind of annoying that this color is two different colors. but oh well. And this is the kit, or the stamp part of it. And I am slowly filling in the background in this area. So if you can see, so it is two different symbols. There we go. So it is a red dash and a green dash. One is a blend, one is not. And it creates, well, it makes this nice color for the background, at least. And then there's these symbols along the side here. But yeah, but I'm slowly working. I'm doing 60 across and then moving down so I can get as much of this background done as possible. And then I'll do the other side the same, 6 blocks, and then move down. So it's pretty much here. I'll do the same 6 blocks and move up quite a bit. And then it's pretty much just the shell, with only a few bits here and there that are background. And these stitches I will not be counting, so it'll probably be like a timer for 4 hours or something like that. Thereabout. Or I get a bit done, a section of it done, and then I'll move on and try and rotate through them, get progress on them. So next, I haven't worked on this in a while. This is Enchanted Forest. This is the image I purchased anyway. We'll see if what I stitched looks anything close to that. So this is in a hoop right now. And this is where I'm working. I think it's done with like an arrow floss. It's quite nice. Not all the symbols are very clear, so I do have a digital pattern I made myself from the physical pattern I got with this, and a scanned copy that I made, thankfully, because it got ruined, the physical copy. So this is what I will be working on as well. Again, doing like a big chunk that's there about 4 hours or 500 stitches or whatever, and move on and do something else. This also lives, if I may be so bold as to say, in a TMNT bag. Not that it is turtle themed at all. This would be maybe more suitable for my turtle seashell pattern. But it doesn't have its own bag, so I will probably put it in the same bag to keep it safe. And I will be working more on Cartoon Town, as that'll be part of my rotation as well as when I'm tired in the evenings. And Gone to Pieces, that I feel that is my next project I'm focusing on to get it finished. It's an oldie and it's not that far from being finished. So that's going to be the next one I really want to focus on getting done. So that's my next goal. And then a pattern I'm going to start. Do I need a new start? No. Do I care? No. So I'm going to start a pattern for my birthday. Well, it's my birthday month, so I'll see when I actually start this. But it'll be this from Painting Fairy. It is called Starry Night, the bright version. There is one with more darker colors. Oof, I love this. Is it? It's probably an AI generated image, I'm pretty sure. It's just a galaxy. However, this has two different types of gold metallics in it. So I'm very curious to stitch this up. And this is the middle of the galaxy. It is a 16 count. All of the symbols are extremely clear. I can read it. It is no problem. And yeah, I have absolutely no qualms stitching this. It is huge. So, okay, no, I can't get it all into, I can't get it all in different, okay, but this, okay, that's how tall it is. And I think it's squared. No, it's not squared. Ugh. Can you kind of see it? It's really big. And it has big margins, which is great. Hey. So this one will be started. And here are all the colors. It's a lot. It has this one, and this one, and this one, and these ones. Plus two different types of gold. So this will be fun and very interesting to see how these golds stitch up. Probably won't be new. I probably won't get that far to see how they stitch up. But yeah. So that'll be what I'm working on next month. Feel free to join me if you have any stamp kits and you want to work on them next month. Work on them with me. We'll create the stamped December. It might be more flowy off the tongue for stamped September. Yes. But I feel like doing it now, so that's what we're gonna do. And finally, some journaling. So I have spent the afternoon working in my journal. It's starting to get quite thick. So yeah. Okay, so this we can out. So my Comic-Con weekend, I have some photos that I'll be putting here, but they're family photos, so won't show you guys those. Yeah. We had a great time at Comic-Con. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, November. I did show you most of these. So yeah, these are my Formula One, how I filled in. Kind of lost these a bit, keeping track of when I did them because I got really sucked into my Japanese garden, so I did a lot on that. But yeah, so here's my week. I do have some work stuff there, so I won't show that. So these are the current weeks here. And then we have December. It is winter and it is Christmas month. Yay! And I finally brought out my little bird stamp that I got in Japan. This was a pain to do because this page wasn't lying flat when I did it. I figured that out eventually. I did it in a different order. I was so excited to do my kits and put them in here for my rotation. So it'll also be the grand finale of the Formula One season in the beginning of December, where they are in Abu Dhabi. So we'll see how that goes. I highly doubt Ferrari will impress. So December, I have yet to fill in anything during this month. But this is what it's looking like so far. And added a few decent amount of stickers throughout these weeks. And so these will be available to me to plan anything for New Year's or Christmas. I have written Christmas activity, but in Swedish, julaktivitet. But if I need it more for like New Year's planning, then that's what I'll do. This is the week after Christmas, so Christmas is here this week, and this week is New Year's. So it's kind of, it can be used for either or, and for me anyway. And then I get to my whip list, which I won't be using anymore now that I have my project cards. I actually really like that system. I need to get them varnished because the tape isn't great quality, so it's lifting up, which is annoying, but I'll fix it in the end. So that was my floss tube. I tried to be a little quicker. Probably still end up to be about 45 minutes or thereabouts. But I only do these once a month, so I don't think longer floss tubes are that bad. So that'll be me. And so next floss tube will be up on January 1st. That means a whip parade with all my whips, and we will see how many whips I have at the end of the year. I may actually also be adding one more start. It depends on Hade. We will see if I get it January 1st or if we get it a little early. I will have a new start at the end of the month for the new Hade SAL as well. But we'll see. Watch this space, y'all. So that is everything. So let me get this edited and uploaded for you guys, and I will catch you in the next video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out the floss tubers that I mentioned down below, and we'll see each other in the new year. Happy stitching, guys! Bye!